I love going to see that particular type of cabaret. I've been to Bunnies
I bet you do. You want to wear the clothes? Is that what it's all about?
no, because I find the high heels don't work for me.
Oh, well, you want to try hot pants and a boob tube? That's all I'm wearing at the minute. I know it's a bit
Please.
dated, but you've got to make some sacrifices. But
I was trying to say I enjoy it because it is pure entertainment. It is complete and utter entertainment, and it's just fantastic seeing somebody who's good at their art performing like that.
well, I mean,
But
I'll personally say I do find it an art form, but foremost, I am a stand-up comedian. That is what I was trained to do. I don't know how to do anything else. I've been a stand-up comedian for 30 years, and I don't know how to do anything else. And the best way for me to be the comedian is to be the character of Terri Fox, and it's a completely different persona, which becomes so realistic. You know what I mean? And it's an over-the-top, glamorous version of how I think women should look permanently anyway. You know, and I've always said the greatest role of my life has been my life, and that's what I portray on stage. And everything I say is very unscripted, and I sit with an audience as if I'm just holding a conversation with them. I don't do not shows.
oh, brilliant, brilliant. Now, the other thing that you're famous for, of course, is your outfits. They are quite
Yeah.
legendary.
They are quite legendary. Yeah, very, should I say. So what do you want to know about those?
Well, I was going to say, the last time we met, you
They'll
were
never
telling...
fit you, love. Never fit you.
No, you're right.
I'm a very petite size 8 at the moment. I wish.
You were telling me that you had them specially made and from all over the world that these
Yeah,
dresses...
most of my stuff is made in America by a guy called Bob Mackey that makes their costumes. Last season's stuff, we were doing the Ladies of Legend show last year, and I did have 3 of the costumes as direct copies from people's shows in Vegas. Share's exact Take Me Home costume I had recreated, which was about £4,500.
Wow.
This year's stuff has been made by a fabulous designer that's just started in Las Vegas called Coco Vega, and they're actually brilliant. They're very heavily crystal beaded gowns. But my wardrobe does read like a who's who. It's a nice place to be, my wardrobe.
Too much information.
They're all my friends. Put it this way, they're all my friends, and they're the tools of my trade.
Right.
And at the end of the day, my ladies that come to see my show wouldn't expect anything else. If they saw me in the same gowns that I wore last year, they wouldn't want to come back, because half my audience come to see the fact of the gown. And everything I wear is a wearable creation. Nothing is parodied to the point of ridiculous. They are beautiful cocktail gowns and evening gowns. They're not ridiculous, what you would interpret as drag outfits. Far from it.
Now, you say you're doing 3 nights a week at the moment.
Uh-huh.
Whereabouts are you? Where are you
I'm
working?
at Busby's Bar in Benalmadena, where I've been on a Monday night for almost 8 years now. It's the longest job I've ever kept, actually. Normally I smash the place up after 3 days and walk out, but I didn't, because they keep plying me with vodka, you see. So I'm at Busby's Bar on a Monday and a Friday every week, and then on Thursday nights I do the Elefante in Elefante Square in Benalmadena, and once a month I'm at the Pickle Newt in La Cala, and that's always towards the end of the month, so you've got to check the press because I changed the dates of that. But we're trying to get a tour together at the moment, so if there's anybody listening, I want to sort of go back and tour. I want to do a couple of weeks up in Benidorm and then sort of work our way back this way through different resorts. Because there's a lot of people that come to see me here and they travel a long way, and they say, oh, why don't you come to our place? Why don't you come back up to Benidorm? So we're trying to put maybe a 2-3 week tour together and do that. But I also go to Gibraltar an awful lot because I'm on Help the Heroes Fund for the troops in Gibraltar. So I go up there every couple of months and do the army base. And that's an absolute joy, because me alone on an army base is 5,000 horny men. Well, what more would you want?
Sounds scary.
Well, I'm the 40s pin-up, darling. 40s sweetheart. And
bet.
trust me, I am. If you go on my Facebook page, there's the things that the boys have sent me. These pictures of me all over Afghanistan and everywhere. It's unbelievable. It's outrageous.
What a brilliant thought.
Well, I'm like the stage version of Betty Grable.
Do you find when you're working an audience that you get inspiration from that audience? I mean, I know you say that your show is unscripted, but do you sort of go out there and you'll find that people will respond to you in such a way that you think you can feed off that and work it?
Yes, you're only as good as your audience. if the audience is rubbish, you're going to be rubbish. You can't make somebody laugh. I've got a total thing about people that come out to an entertainment bar and want to talk through an act. I find that absolutely ridiculous. If you want to sit and talk, there's 52,000 bars in this coast with nobody in them. Go and sit in there and talk. If you're not going to sit and laugh and you know it's a comedian and you're not into comedians, why go and sit and watch one? So again, you're only as good as your audience. But at the beginning of my show, I ask every single person in the room where they're from, which automatically in my head is like a Rolodex, and that brings me the gags then, depending on what area they're from. There's no point if 90% of the audience is Scottish doing jokes about Newcastle and Manchester, because nobody would understand what you were going on about.
Yeah.
So it's got to be quite universal. But yes, you do feed off the audience. Yeah. Last night, I definitely fed off the audience. In fact, I fed 2.5 litres of vodka off them.
So you've been... no, I don't want to say that, because that sounds wrong. I was going to say you've been around the world a few times.
Yes, I have been around the world. Yeah, quite a few times.
Is there one place where you find that your particular act is accepted a lot more than anywhere else?
Yes, here.
Really?
Yes, here.
Do you think...
I find all the Costas a melting pot. Apart from America, where we do a completely different show there. We were in Las Vegas with the show 2 years ago, and I was at the Riviera Hotel and Casino. There, it was very, very different because I was there doing impressions and I was there doing Dusty Springfield, and I did a whole show as Dusty. It's completely different in America. Very, very appreciative audiences, but for the stand-up, here works perfectly because the Costas are a melting pot and there's no political correctness here, which I think has gone mad anyway. That's what's killed comedy. I don't understand New Age comedy. I don't even find it funny. And here you can basically say anything you want, and I tend to find that 90% of the audience, I certainly couldn't tell any of the gags on the radio, but 99.5% of the audience agree with every single thing I'm saying. So I think here is the most appreciative audiences anywhere. Because most people here are out for a good time anyway. They're either on holiday or they live here, or like most of the people on the Costas, they're drunk most of the time and they'll listen to anything.
Very true.
It's true.
Terri, thank you so much for your time. It's been a great pleasure chatting with you again.
Oh, you're welcome anytime, love. Anytime.
And I'm definitely going to come down to one of these gigs and see you one night, because I promised you last time and I never got down.
Oh, well, you must get down. You must get down. I'll give you a free guided tour of my dressing room.
Oh, how can I resist?
Oh, make sure you do. Make sure you're wearing wet look or rubber or something like that so you stand out the crowd.
Right, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, mate.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye now.